There are a couple of developers and publishers where I own every single game they've ever put out, and Screaming Villains is one of them. Screaming Villains takes 1990s FMV adventure games and gives them a modern coating, some bonus features and a bit of a scrub and a polish, and puts them out on modern day consoles and PC for people to go, "You called these games?" And absolutely, yes we did, and yes I still do. I love this stuff. Kids on Site Hard Hat Edition is an edutainment style game which sees you as a child going onto a construction site to take charge of several different equipment. There's a bulldozer, there's a digger excavator, there's a steamroller, and at the end you're detonating things and blowing up a building, and you're doing this with a variety of different crew members. Bertha is basically the woman in charge and is like the mum who keeps on introducing each equipment with like, "Hey kiddo, do you want to ride the steamroller?" And then you get lumbered with all of these absolute idiots that act like clowns, almost trying to do some kind of silent comedy over the top of whatever it is that you're doing. And the beauty of Kids on Site is that if you just focus on doing your task by pressing left, right or action, you'll then get played the FMV clip of what then happens. But that's only about 10% of the actual game. The beauty in Kids on Site Hard Hat Edition is going off the beaten track and finding all of the weird and wonderful things that you can do, except for the actual thing you're asked to do. So, for example, you can get the bulldozer to knock over some pins, for example, or it can smash an electric cable, or you can steamroll over Bones, one of the comedic people that you can basically keep killing in every single scene that you're in. And it's all done like ha 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 Laurel and Hardy comedy show or Benny Hill comedy show. It's so over the top. Everyone acts like real life clowns. It's just so stupid and so innocent of the early 90s era of that kind of edutainment cheesiness that you can't help but look back at it with a fond sense of nostalgia and warmth because of just how silly and irrelevant or irreverent the whole thing is. And that's part of its charm. The game itself can be completed probably in about an hour initially, but there's loads of hidden things to find, and this is where the bonus features comes in, where lots of behind the scenes interviews and clips have been stored, and you can also hit a button to rewind scenes as well to try and find alternative cuts of things as you go around the game itself. There's lots of idling motions that you can try and trigger too, and this is all stored in that bonus content, and the idea is that you're trying to find everything in the game to get a 100% library. That will take 5 to 6 hours to get, so be prepared for looking at the same old thumbs up cheesy like giggles to the camera and everyone kind of doing that wah 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 face as someone ends up under a load of cans or being splashed with loads of different orange juice or banana juice or something like that, as the game continues to ask you to do increasingly weird and stupid things. But again, it's down to the charm of the game that you just keep coming back for more, almost in that kind of I can't believe they made this type of thing. And so I know I have a real soft spot for FMV games in general, but especially retro things where this was considered like real cutting edge technology, trying new things and being really excited about the merger of gaming and movies. And you just don't get this kind of thing done like this anymore these days. And so it's definitely a relic of a time that sadly we've moved away from, but it's definitely a game that I'll treasure. And if you enjoy that cheesy early 90s slapstick comedy that was aimed at kids at that era, then Kids on Site is a must buy for you. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a completely independent media outlet supported by people like you. The goal is to create the best possible content that cultivates a richer indie scene for games as well as music and entertainment. To find out more and to get involved, visit patreon.com/higherplane-network. Your support makes all the difference, and in return you'll gain access to bonus content and downloads. Thank you for watching.